afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, on the 20th of March 2026, I welcome you to yet another interesting edition of the Sports Smarts, the ultimate question and answer challenge. I will be your host for today. My name is Steven Chisenga Mwape, otherwise your very own sports common journalist. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so very much excited to be guiding you through quite an exciting journey of sports trivia and knowledge. Today, on the 20th of March 2026, it's going to be a very interesting episode because I'm not hosting this show alone. Again, I'm joined by my man, Mr. Chitemwiko Kalonde. Sir,
yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Steve.
How is it going?
Great. No,
Today and the ball.
Football lovers.
As football lovers.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Friday and you're watching us live on the Information and Communications University television. That's ICU TV on Facebook. Also not forgetting the Zambia Research and Development Center. That's the ZRDC on Facebook. Right about now, we're going to go on a short break and we'll be back shortly.
Derby. So it was a 50-50 game in as much as Nkana FC, the previous match, that is March 25, they drew against Green Eagles.
Yes.
And Mufulira Wanderers started well. They were leading by 1-0.
Oh, yeah.
But it was quite unfortunate. The celebration was stopped in the 80th minute by Dev Daka.
After that beautiful penalty.
Yes. And it was a great game.
Yeah,
it was a great game. And it's sad for Mufulira Wanderers coming to draw that game, but it's a Mopani derby.
It was a Mopani derby, and it was a very intense game.
Yes,
not forgetting the fact that this game was played in a way that Mufulira Wanderers wanted to dominate and just continue chasing that title. Because I think they are in the top 5 and they're pushing very hard to just secure that trophy, because it's not been an easy run for them. Of course, they've been facing quite a number of different tough teams in the Zambian Premier League, and I believe they're doing it so well, and with time I believe they're going to top the
because the previous game they won one goal to nil. They won Tondo Stars, and it's a tough competition since they're in the top 4. They're behind with 42 points, and Zanaco having 47 points, but the only thing that's differentiating them is a goal different, but we'll see what they have.
Mr. Kalonde, sorry to cut you short. Talking about Mtondo Stars, do you see them surviving relegation, or maybe it's going to be a different ball game for them? Because looking at the fact that they've played now the last 2 games, they've lost. They lost against Mufulira Wanderers. They also lost against Zanaco. Do you think they're going somewhere, or maybe it's just a matter of time? They're still adapting to the Zambian Premier League. This is their second league tournament. Yeah.
So I believe they'll survive. They'll survive because. Mines United and Kwazi FC and Napsa Stars on the other hand, not to forget Leopards FC. They are having a bad season this season, and Tondo Stars. I think I can't really underrate that team. It's one of the teams that I've really enjoyed so far. And the last game that they played, I remember the last game of the tournament, the previous tournament that Power Dynamos won. The last game they played against Napsa Stars, and they drew new, but I love their performance, and I'm seeing they've improved. They've improved compared to the way it was last season, in as much as they are not the improvement is not that big, but I'm seeing them surviving the relegation. So
to our viewers, this is an interactive session, and we're asking if you can just comment any comment in the comment section that aligns with the discussion that we're talking about. Please, we'll be able to get in touch with you and just get to hear from what you want to say concerning the March 26 results, which were played yesterday and the other day. Mr. Kalonde, let's talk about the Napsa Stars Manchester United Musa Zambia game. Of course, of course, it's a very interesting game. And I remember before coming on set, there's this guy who said, I will call. Like, I'm not sure I like to if you guys start discussing about game Yaba Musa. This is a very diehard Musa fan. A big shout out to you, Joseph. Wishing you all the best as a Musa fan. And I think next episode, you'll be here on set talking about the Zambian Premier League. You won't just be talking about Musa, because here we talk about all the teams. So Mr. Saikalo, the Musa Napsa Stars 2-1 in favor of Musa.
Musa is playing well. Musa is playing well. It's having a good season. 37 points it's having 37 points.
Yeah,
and it's one of the teams that I never really underrated. Besides, they've won the Absa Cup before, so it's not a team that can lose to Napsa Stars with the performance that they are playing. I don't know what you think about Napsa Stars, the way they are playing this season. How is it?
Okay, I think that the performance
they might leave the Premier League.
Okay, as it stands, things are tense, and we still have like about, I don't know if it's 7 games to go, which means there's still a run in this tournament. Yes. I think the Zambian Premier League is not the type of league that you can just easily predict, because there are always miracles happening. You just see Red Arrows being beaten by this relegation team, by this team which is fighting relegation and all that. So I think I wouldn't comment yet on Napsa Stars, because they still have a long way to go. And Napsa Stars is a Premier League team, come on. So this is a team that I feel like they still have it.
It's a big team.
Exactly.
So
I feel like for Napsa Stars, they still have a long run, and hoping for the best. Otherwise, this is a team that we like watching in the Zambian Premier League.
Yeah. Well, Stephen, I think let's talk about the game that was played between Green Buffaloes and Konkola Blades. Sharpreza.
Okay, so my prediction towards this game was Green Buffaloes was going to carry the day for me, but it was a surprise that the stubborn Konkola Blades, just as they did to Zanaco the other time, they drew with Zanaco. That was 1-1, and then they faced Green Buffaloes, and Green Buffaloes drew with Zanaco again at Edwin Mboela Stadium. So there's just this circle that's happening amongst these teams, you understand? Whereby, so I think the Zambian Premier League has become the type of a league whereby it's unpredictable. So even if you watched the Green Buffaloes versus Zanaco match, it was a match that Zanaco dominated, but Green Buffaloes scored first, and Zanaco started pushing for that draw. Of course, Zanaco, immediately after that game, they played Konkola Blades, they drew. And then they went to Mutondo Stars and maybe delivered a good result. So talking about the Green Buffaloes and Konkola Blades game, I feel like I didn't underrate Konkola Blades, but I thought Green Buffaloes was going to carry the day.
Yes. So more especially Green Buffaloes being at the home ground, it was an advantage for them. But you can't really underrate the Konkola Blades. They are having a good league, good tournament this season. So I'm equally excited for the way they are playing, in as much as they have not really been producing good results. Mostly it's just 1 point, but I'm sure the next match, they'll do the most.
So before we go for a break, let's talk about the Zanaco Mutondo Stars game, a game that was played in Ndola. What was your anticipation going towards this
Zanaco
game?
According to my prediction, I was expecting Zanaco to do as wise.
Okay.
Yes, and they really nailed it, in as much as I expected so many goals from the team, and I'm glad Elia Mandanji is doing the most.
Unstoppable.
Yes. Now the title of the goal scorer is now becoming more interesting, because he's having 10 goals. On the other hand, we have Red Arrows striker Albert Kangwanda. So it's a match that I was expecting Zanaco to win. Yes, because Zanaco, Mutondo Stars, they are just there. They are there, but Zanaco, they are fighting for the top 3. Yes. So I don't know what you were expecting on the other hand.
Okay, go ahead. I looking forward to a game that Zanaco is yet to play against Power Dynamos.
Okay.
But looking at the game that Zanaco was playing against Tondo Stars, I feel like for me it was just a positive result for Zanaco. I knew that Zanaco was going to carry the day. Looking at the fact that, because Zanaco I think has become a team whereby, in as much as you are watching their games, you know that there are some players who are going to score. So talking of Elia Mandanji, this is someone who's been unstoppable. So in as much as the teams will try by all means to stop him, Elia is just good, and he's been called up for the national team. So I feel like he's become so unstoppable, and my anticipation towards that game was that Elia Mandanji will score, but I just didn't think of Zanaco winning 2-0. I thought they was going to win by maybe 3 or 4 goals because I didn't see the game to be a very tough game for Zanaco. Because looking at the fact that the last 2 games they drew against Green Buffaloes and Kongola Blades.
Yes, yes.
All right, to our viewers, we're still live on the Information and Communications University. That's ICU TV. That's ICU on Facebook. Also on the Zambia Research and Development Center. That's ZRDC on Facebook. Right about now, we're going to go on another short break and we'll be back shortly.
We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. And I see you, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
are the best graduating students, masters in the School of Humanities.
won't be denied. From Lusaka to the world we stand tall and strong.
Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We're rising high with education.
All right, welcome back to the Sports Smart. If you are joining us, don't forget to follow all our social media platforms, that is ICU TV on Instagram and many more. And if you are interested in watching to any social platform, we are also live on ZRDC and Information and Communications University School. Well, Stephen, before I know we get to talk about a lot, but
Yes.
let's talk about the Green Eagles game, which was played against Cowboy Warriors. What was your expectation, and what do you think is the way forward for Cowboy Warriors?
Okay, I need to say, in as much as they were playing away, Cowboy Warriors were coming into this game very strong.
Yes, yes.
Because looking at the fact that they've been a team that has been dominating of late, still looking forward to that game that they are yet to play against Zanaco. So they lost to Kongola Blades in Lusaka, and it was a good game for them, and they showed. I loved how the fans turned out in numbers, in as much as the game was played in Lusaka.
Yes,
But people from Cabo still came in Lusaka and just gave the team the support, and it wasn't a good day for them, but they still kept on the spirit. And then they were now playing against Green Eagles, a team that we wouldn't say is a very easy team to beat, especially if they're playing at home.
Yes, yes.
So I need to say Cowboy Warriors was going into this game with a positive mindset of winning, but they tried, they pushed. It was a very tense game. I watched that game. It was a very tense game. They pushed, but Green Eagles scored first, and they started pushing for that draw. And they were lucky that their veteran striker, Simon Tonga, scored. And you know what? One thing about Simon, Simon is someone I went to primary and secondary school with.
Oh,
And he's
nice.
now dominating. He's now playing with a big shout out to you, Simon Tonga. You guys were at Ebola, like I knew to say this guy was going somewhere.
Yes,
Was
yes.
someone who mule sambira science afuma atinaya kuma trials. Yo, we're here for school. What do
Yes,
you mean
yes.
you're going for trials? And yeah, it's a good thing that is a starter for Cowboy Warriors, and this is something that should motivate a lot of young boys coming up there with that dream of playing football on a higher stage. So Simon Tonga, I think in the next 2 or 3 years, this is someone that the national team is going to
Besides,
go with, because he's been scoring. He's a very good striker.
plus he's still young, and on the
Yeah.
other hand, Cowboy Warriors is not a small team.
Yes,
It's
yes,
a big
yes, yes.
team. So kudos to Simon Tonga with that type of gameplay.
Yeah.
But before, away from that, let's talk about the Red Arrows and Kwazi FC game, which was played yesterday.
Can I give a shout out to someone?
Yes, yes.
So this one goes to Mr. Edmund Kasanga. This is someone who wanted to talk about this game very much.
Nice.
So before coming in live, he told me to say, Bakamba, Mambokolanda the Red Arrows. Please. Nalatamba. That's the only part I want to watch. This is a Red Arrows fan. He's a diehard Red Arrows fan. And he was a bit disappointed with the result. Looking at the fact that Valetiana Babwana.
It's sad.
It was a derby. Zambia Air Force versus Zambia Police. So it was a derby, and looking forward. Going forward that game, I felt like it was going to be a very straight win for Red Arrows, but they were facing a stubborn Kwazi, and the game turned out to be a 0-0 draw.
But that was not my expectation. In Kwazi, they are in the relegation zone.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a big team, but anyway, a derby is a derby. A derby is a different game. It's like a final. So I believe that game wasn't just going to end in a good way. Nobody would just go with a 3 points win. Plus, Red Arrows, on the other hand, if they won yesterday, I'm sure they would have been a point away from
Power
Dynamos,
Yeah.
who are leading the tournament, who are on top of the league.
Yeah.
But it's a tough league. And yesterday, I think in the Copa Belt, about 2 matches were postponed because of the rains.
Yeah,
That
yesterday.
is Nchanga Rangers against
Zesco United and Power Dynamos against FC.
Yes,
Leopards.
yes. But they played today.
The games were played today. Let's talk
today.
about the games before we go for a break.
I don't know. I feel maybe if Power Dynamos had played yesterday, they would have won. I don't know.
By the way, I saw Mr. Kalonde. Okay, so talking about the same game, Power Dynamos, FC Leopards, 1-1 draw. Moses Shuma scores again.
Yeah, 15 goals so far in the league, and that's
this
beautiful.
Kenyan man.
Yeah, he's breaking the record. At least
yeah.
It's been a while since we last saw in the Zambian Premier League.
Someone scoring maybe 20 goals.
20 goals plus. So we are expecting more goals from him. And the last time someone scored more than 14 goals was this guy, the retired
Idris Mbomo.
No. Zambia national team, James Chamanga.
Oh, James, the veteran. Yeah.
Yes,
okay,
yes. So we love the way Moses Shuma is playing, the Kenyan man. He's doing the most. So I feel they were leading, but the celebration was stopped after
Emmanuel Chabula 90th minute goal.
Imagine that was supposed to be a win, but it's quite unfortunate. Power Dynamos, on the other hand, have drawn with FC Leopards, who are also fighting in relegation zone.
It's a game of football. You can only say the game is done after the referee was game. Not the game is still on, and you're saying not to win. It's a game of football.
But I was expecting, because they were playing at the Arthur Davis Stadium, I was expecting them to win that game. And you know that pitch is not just an ordinary pitch for Power Dynamos. But who are we to decide the results?
Exactly.
FC Leopards doing the most.
Okay. So before we go for a break, Mr. Kalonde, let's talk about the Nchanga Rangers Zesco United game. Abraham Siankombo scores in the 24th minute. The game ends 1-0. At least
Zesco United have done something, because they haven't been having a good game for about 4 matches. They haven't been playing so well, and I was expecting Nchanga Rangers to win the match, because the last time they came in Lusaka, I think 2 matches, previous match that they played against Napsa Stars, they won 1-0, which was a good game for brave Nchanga Rangers. But it's unfortunate they lost at their home ground, which is in Chingola. They lost 1-0, and the guy came to the rescue, one of the people for Zesco, who did well. I think that was in the 35th minute. That was when he scored. But before, we've said quite a lot. So at this point in time, we are going for a short break. Please stay tuned, and if you're joining us, this is the Sports Smarts. Don't forget to like and follow all our social media platforms. That is ICU TV and ZRDC. So many interesting things that we are discussing here with my host, Stephen Chisenga Mwape. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
We kickstart your day with our headline pick, with the top stories making news.
Then we go deeper in our story pick, where we break down issues that matter the most to you.
From the Health Desk, we share simple tips to keep you healthy and informed.
Or plus a fitness minute to get your body moving before the day begins. And trending now, what's hot on social media?
Hello Zambia, my name is Amina Mutambo.
And I am Moluwa Eric J. Mwalamajende, and we bring to your screens the ICU TV Breakfast Show.
My awesome viewers, were still live on the Information and Communications University. That's ICU on Facebook, and also the Information and Communications University TV. That's ICU TV on Facebook also, and also not forgetting the Zambia Research and Development Center, that's ZRDC on Facebook. Before we went for a break, I was talking to Mr. Chitemwiko Kalonde, where we go to discuss about the March 26 results, and also the March 26 results that were played on Thursday and Wednesday. Right about now, I'm joined by yet another interesting guest, Abana Bola. I call this man Abana Bola. He goes by the name Victor Monga, and is a very, very good sports local analyst. Mr. Victor.
Yes, sir.
Good to have you, sir.
Yeah, it's always nice being in the studio.
Welcome to the Sports Match for the second time.
Yeah, thanks so much, sir.
All right, so sir, let's talk about the March week 26 results. I know we talked about a few games with Mr. Chitemwiko Kalonde, but let's start with the Zanaco Mtondo Stars game. FC, a game that was played in Lola. What was your anticipation going towards that game, or how was the results?
Yeah, the results came out the way I expected. Yeah, I expected Zanaco to win. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, the young man, Idea Mandanji, came to the party.
Okay.
Yeah, and he scored a right goal for the bankers.
Yeah. And
Yes.
Tondo Stars banked with Zanaco.
Yes, yeah. He banked the bankers of Zanaco.
All right, so it was a very interesting
Yeah.
game, and I'm not forgetting that Tondo Stars played against Konkola Blades, and it was a very tough game for them. And now they played against Zanaco. It was a very tough game for them again. I'm wishing them all the best. Otherwise, it's not an easy game playing against Zanaco. Zanaco is a team that's fighting for that top 3.
Yeah, and they are coached by one of the best coaches in the country.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so, yeah. So I think it wasn't an easy game for Mtondo Stars in as much as they were playing at home. So let's talk about the other game, which was Green Eagles and Kawe Warriors. A game that came out 1-1 in favor. It was a draw, 1-1 Green Eagles versus Kawe Warriors. What was your anticipation going towards the game?
Actually, I expected the Kawe Warriors to win the match.
Okay.
Yeah, and for 2 teams in a draw. But yeah, I think they just a fair result. Green was not a pushover team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I think there's a very sensitive issue that a lot of people want to hear us talk about. So this is a report that came from BBC saying Morocco awarded AFCON title after CAF overturns results. So let me read. This statement reads, BBC Morocco have been declared the winners of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations after the Confederation of African Football CAF overturned the results of the final following Senegal's controversial walk-off. Senegal beat Morocco 1-0 in the final on 18th of January in a match which was overshadowed when the Senegalese players refused to play after the hosts were awarded a stoppage time penalty with the match goalless. Basa,
Yes, sir.
me, I'm there watching Real Madrid versus Manchester City, the second leg for the UEFA Champions League. And then just when I wanted to sleep after the game was done, and then I saw a statement by CAF. Ati, Morocco, never win a champion, never win Africa Cup of Nations.
Very disturbing.
Like, how?
You can't do that.
Have you ever seen such happening?
No, you can't do that.
African or in the world of football?
No, because the referee allowed the game to go on, and Morocco was awarded a penalty and they missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the extra time, Senegal scored. They
Yes.
won the match. Everyone saw it. They are very disappointing. They are downgrading African football.
Yes.
Yes.
So like, wait, you know what? I think at first it came out like it was just a joke or something, and then I just saw it circulating over social media. So I was like, and this is a statement that was issued that was issued by the Confederation of African Football (CAF).
Yeah.
So after the final game, we thought everything was done because they gave Senegal the trophy. They went back home, like the Tenanga Lions went back home. They celebrated with the president and all that, and then a statement was issued to say Morocco has been awarded, and not just being awarded the trophy, but they won the game by 3 goals to 0. So like, how do that come about? Like, how do they even come to a conclusion of saying maybe giving them a margin of 3 goals?
Because I think they said because the players went to the tunnel. Yeah, when you forfeit the match, it is automatically you lose by 3 goals to 0.
So wait, so it means when you forfeit a match, it's automatically that you've lost by 3 goals to 0.
It is. Of course. Now again, because they allowed the game to be played, they allowed that. So it is not making sense. Senegal won the match. In my view, Senegal won the match. Yeah, I think I'm told the Senegal has appealed. Yeah, I'm sure Senegal will win the case. Just hoping for the best because it is really disappointing for African football.
Yeah. So now I saw this other story from Bola Zambia 24, and this reads: breaking news: Senegal refuses to hand over the AFCON trophy, relocates it to the military base. At my Senegal, my Senegal trophy, my soldiers say, is it that after CAF made that statement, does it mean the trophy? I think months from now we'll be having the Africa Cup of Nations.
Yeah, I think next year.
Next year, yes. So like months from now. So I said months from now. So
exactly.
Like it was like what did Senegal, what did Bola 24 mean when they say Senegal refuses to hand over AFCON trophy, relocates it to the military base? Is it something true or maybe it was just a social media post? But I feel like I saw it.
I think I saw it as well. I think it is true. Yeah.
So are they trying to defend the trophy?
Yes. Because even yesterday I saw the post from the Republican president of Senegal.
Yeah. Talking about the same thing, right?
Yeah, he posted a profile picture with a AFCON trophy.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So okay, I think to our viewers, we cannot be discussing about this sensitive issue alone. Can I put up knowledge, please? say something in the comment section. We'll get to hear from you also to just understand why CAF made that decision late that night, because a lot of people already knew to say Senegal champions of Africa. They already won the trophy and everything went on smooth. Of course, I understood to say Senegal had forfeited that game, but what's disturbing and what people are not understanding is that in as much as the Senegal players said no, the game is done because they thought maybe quite corruption. After Sadio Mane scored for the Senegal players, I think it was at that point when maybe the referee was supposed to make a decision to say Yapwa Bola. Because why make a decision to say Bola
after 2 months?
After 2 months.
Yeah, no.
And these are funny comments which I was seeing on social media. No, football is played on the pitch and not in the offices.
I think in my view, I think there's something which is going on in because those. Yeah, I think something is going on between Morocco and CAF because there's no way you can do that.
There's a very disturbing statement for a lot of Africans, and it's funny how talking of legends like Wayne Rooney, I remember he said something about the whole issue yesterday. He said it's unbelievable.
Yeah, very unbelievable.
I think I saw comments from Wayne Rooney, Patrice Evra. These are the people who are like opposing to say no, it's unbelievable, and they're just downgrading the impact of African football.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for the best.
So like Senegal appealed.
Yes, yeah.
So it's still in court.
Yeah, it's in court.
But I think I saw a statement from Fabrizio saying Senegal can still hold on to the Africa Cup trophy because that appeal means it has to be in court for about 8 months. And very soon, and after 8 months, I'm sure there will just be like a month remaining or something.
Yeah,
the African Cup of Nations will kick off.
Yeah.
So okay, still looking forward to whatever is going to happen. Otherwise, it was a disturbing statement for most of African football fans because it shocked us. And people are giving an example of what happened when Diego Maradona scored with a Nokubo Kopadam 20. I'm 1990. That game passed and Argentina won the World Cup. It wasn't reversed.
Yeah,
it wasn't say no. The confederation of the FIFA I've seen the state. I've seen the goal and they've said no. This is a statement. The game has to be replayed or maybe given to the other team. It was just direct.
Yeah.
Because what I know about football is that the final whistle says it all.
Yeah.
And it's funny how CAF is coming in again defending the Congolese referee saying he made a decision and he stood by the laws.
Very disappointing.
So, hoping for the best. Our viewers, we're not leaving you behind. We're still live on the Information and Communications University. That's ICU on Facebook. Also on the Information and Communications University TV. That's ICU TV on Facebook. Not forgetting the Zambia Research and Development Center. Right about now in the studio, I'm still with Mr. Victor Monga, Arana Bola, and we're just discussing about a statement that was released by CAF 2 days ago saying Morocco has been awarded the Africa Cup of Nations trophy after Senegal forfeited that match after 90 minutes. So, Mr. Victor, I think, what's your opinion towards the same statement that CAF made? Like, in your own opinion, was it the right decision for CAF to make, or maybe they were supposed to wait and maybe call Senegal and the authorities to just sit down and discuss, or maybe it was something that was made behind closed doors?
I think for me, it was a wrong decision. Yeah, I think they came up with that decision because maybe there's something which happened behind closed doors. Yeah. Because there's no way. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about some CAF games that took place. The first leg for the CAF games, quarterfinals. First leg. Yeah. So let's talk about the game between Rabat and Pyramids. 1-1. What was your take before the game was played?
A tough
what was
game.
Your prediction?
It was a very tough game. Yeah, I expected this game to be tough. Rabat is a very good team, I think, from Morocco.
Yes.
And Pyramid from Egypt.
Yes.
Yeah, the champions of Africa.
Yes.
Champions in Africa. Yeah, so I expected the game to be tough, but going forward, we're expecting Pyramids to go through to the semi-finals.
So Rabat played this game at home, and now they'll be going to Egypt. So meaning they consider they go at home.
Yeah, yes.
So it's going to be a tough game.
For the
Moroccans. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. So your prediction?
I think 3-1 in favor of Pyramids.
It's going to be a good game to our viewers. You can also drop your predictions in the comment section. We're talking about the CAF first quarterfinal legs. Talking about the game that Mamelodi Sundowns played. They won away 3-1. It was a very interesting game, and I think Mamelodi Sundowns is a team that is unstoppable at the moment. They're playing very well. Do you see them advancing to the finals of the competition?
I think, they can. Sundowns are one of the best clubs in Southern Africa, if not the best. Yeah, so I think they can advance to the finals. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting return match to watch. In as much as they won, whenever they are playing South Africa, the support is always massive.
The Brazilians.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, in the jersey. Yeah, that's Mamelodi Sundowns is. That's Magajes. Okay, let's talk about the top 5 Zambian Premier League standings.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Power Dynamos still topping the group with 52 points, Red Arrows with 48 points, Njanga Rangers with 43 points, Zanaco FC, the Bankers with 42 points, and Mofulira Wanderers with 42 points. We only have about 7 to 10 games remaining.
Yes.
What do you think is going to carry the trophy?
Yeah, I expected Red Arrows to give pressure to Power Dynamos. Again, the Airmen have started like dropping points. Like last week, they dropped in their game again yesterday.
They drew 0-0
against Inkwazi.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think the trophy is in the hands of Abahusaka.
Do you see a team like Zanaco finishing second or third? Or maybe they still have a long way to chase?
Zanaco, they have a long way to chase. I think they can do it like maybe finishing third, or they can, because Red Arrows is now dropping points in each and every game.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very interesting race.
Even Njanga Rangers is also dropping. I think today they have lost to Zesco.
Yeah, by a goal to nil.
Yeah, thanks to Abraham Siankobo.
That was a good goal in the first half.
Yes.
And Yakos have a game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was a very interesting game. I wanted to watch the game, but unfortunately, Nashbakov is busy. So.
Yeah.
But otherwise, after seeing the results, I wasn't surprised, though. I know that the Brave Njanga Rangers, they're a team that has been dominating and they are good, but it was a surprise result for me, looking at the fact that they've lost to Zesco United, a team that hasn't been performing well in the last 4 games.
Even last week they lost to, I think, Green Buffaloes.
Yes.
So two losses in a row for the brave people of Chingora. Yeah, very disappointing. So I think it's now a chance for the Bankers now to catch up.
Yes, and I feel like for the Bankers this time around would have been saying they're number 2 or number 3. No, I think it was because of those 2 games that they played against Green Buffaloes at the Edwin Imboyela Stadium, the one they drew 1-1, and the other game that they drew with Konkola Blades. Yeah. I think these are the 2 games that costed them, because if they had gotten the 6 points from those 2 games and the 3 points that they got in Ndola, I think they were going to be somewhere, because this is like 43. They were going to be standing on 49 points, number 2.
Yes.
The Bankers, otherwise, one word for Elia Mandanji.
Elia Mandanji, I think for Elia Mandanji, in case you are watching, keep it up with the discipline. Yeah, discipline is very important in football. Yeah, I think I'm seeing Elia Mandanji going maybe to Europe in next 2 years from now. You'll be in Europe.
Elia Mandanji, Europe in the next 2 years. So
you just need to maintain his discipline. Yeah, discipline is very important in football. Yeah.
And I think he's a very good player when it comes to talking of discipline, because he's someone who plays the game quietly.
Yeah.
The only time you're going to see him, Alishta celebrate.
And I like his physical.
Oh, anapanga body guys. Like, so I'm not how it goes here. So I think boom.
10 goals now for
10 goals now. Just I think 5 goals behind Moses. Yeah, so I think it's a tough golden ball race. Yeah. And we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're looking forward.
To our viewers, right about now, we're going to go on another short break and we'll be back shortly.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
And in case you are not familiar with that face, that was Mr. Victor Monga, a great sports analyst studying mass communication at the Information and Communications University. Great data and a great conversation that you had with him.
Victor is not someone you'd want to let go very fast. It's just that my producer, actually think I could have time now, but otherwise you can discuss football with Victor, and Victor is someone who understands local football. And you know what, the good thing I love about him is someone who has put more of his time in just understanding local football. You know, and when I talk about local football, I mean he understands the Zambian the Zambian teams very well. He's someone who's updated with the transfers and all that, and also not forgetting that. Let me just say African football.
Yes.
Because when you talk of Mamelodi Sundowns, Pyramids, these other teams from these other African countries, he's someone who understands them very well. And whenever he sees a Zambian player, like a Zambian player being transferred maybe to another team from South Africa, Egypt, and all that, he's someone who's going to update his socials. To our viewers, let me just give this light moment to Victor Monga. You can follow his Facebook page. That's Victor Monga. Instagram, Victor Monga. Is someone ngamlefa local football. If you pala local football, I'm updates. Is the right person to follow on Facebook, Victor Monga, or social media platforms, Victor Monga. Walamsang.
Yes, and we are only remaining with a few minutes before we go. But I can't just leave the set without talking about one player that he mentioned, that is Elia Mandanji. In fact, he's still a CAF Celtic.
Because he's on loan to Zanaco.
Yes. I'm equally excited for him. He's having a good game, a good season. I didn't really expect him to be in the top 3. Okay, he was coming well, but during the beginning of the season, I wasn't really on my list among the people that I was expecting to be the top scorer. But it's a great game great tournament for him, and he's still young. Kudos to him for being called to the national team. Yes. So I think quite a number of things have been talked about here at the Sports Mat. If you are joining us for the first time, and please do not forget to follow our Facebook page, or maybe all our social media platforms, that is Information and Communications University TV or ZRDC. We are also live on ZRDC, the Information and Communications University School. We are also live on that same page. So please catch us every Friday at 16 hours. Every Friday at 16 hours. Yes. Every Friday at 16 hours. Yes. And we talk about quite a number of things, that is the Z Premier League, and not just Zambian Premier League, but also the things that are happening in the football sector. And if you are a fan, please feel free to visit us at the Information and Communications University. Yes.
I think you've brought up a very, very good, before we go, this thing, because people have been calling me, asking me to say, how can we feature on the Sports Match? I think Mr. Kalonde has just told you what you're supposed to do. If you're that fan, that sports enthusiast, and you feel like you can just want to be part of us here, guys, it's free. Just let us know in the comment section. Pali ini live in Ango, I'm a post for ICU TV feed. So just let us know to say, next time on the Fokuwa Sports Match. The flow to Kamipela, guys, because this is a platform where we just get to exchange this football knowledge, because it's not everyone who's a master in football.
Yes.
You can just get to know something about football. Otherwise, to our viewers, we're very much grateful. Thank you so much to the people who've been following the Sports Match, the ultimate question and answer challenge. Like Mr. Chitemwiko Kalonde said, this is a show that comes to you live every Friday at 16 hours. I know that today I'm really surprised that show at Chambagma 15 hours. Won't repeat that. We won't have much to say about why the show today started at 15 hours, but it's because there's a very important program that is supposed to take place just at 17 hours, which we need some preparations for. That's the Heartbeat, a show that comes to you live on the Information and Communications University television. That's ICU TV every Thursday at 16 hours. Mr. Kalonde, Steven Chisenga Mwape, Nava Victor Chisa, I think some minutes ago to our viewers were just joining us. I think it's time to land that. Bye.
Goodbye.